right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakahakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. So I taste to you, Akim out there pushing this truth with sincerity and fearlessness. Back at you with another lesson through the Spirit. I got a series of beautiful videos that we're going to watch here. And
she didn't only steal from the father of her child.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
She stole out of her own child's piggy bank. And when she got caught,
Okay, how you press pause here? Okay, bam. All right. Yeah, it's pretty much part 2 of the video I just my last lesson, and it's just the sky, the falling of the Western world, and you know the state of a nation when you look at the women, all right, and especially the so-called Black America. You so-called Judite women, they're the head tribe, so they are they're really getting it. It's just the beginning, all right. But then they're just like how Esau's evil is being revealed, and that's going to be revealed. Eve is out here full of demons, man. I'm talking about demons, and it's showing, and they're setting their lots, all right, and it's getting real crazy, all right, and you got people walking around like they don't see it, but it is what it is, and watch this. This video, I believe, is of a sister that's abusive and all this weird shit, man. But this is what it is. Check it out.
the videos that you're about to see is a mother who was caught stealing. She didn't only steal from the father of her child, but she stole out of her own child's piggy bank. And when she got caught, she went on a violent attack and started to attack the father. If he did not record this man's life will be.
Daughter loves her father and wants to be with him over by her mother. All right, let me read this first. Imagine if he didn't record this, right? Because, man, a lot of women get away with a lot of wickedness, man, a lot of abuse. They are the ones that are attacking people, all right? And America's not speaking on that. America is allowing it, and that's why the women do it, because this wicked ass place has allowed it for decades. When there's no consequences, they just repeat what they just repeat it. And it is what, that's why you see like 90%, 80, or 75% of women, they get women on women marriages or whatever, they get divorced 75%, all right? And they're the highest in domestic violence. So these women are violent as fuck. And guess what? They're setting their lot, man. They won't, in that time to come, they won't be as violent, man, because the men are gonna. It's a lot of men that got resentment. But I'm gonna read this. Imagine if he didn't record this. She would call the police, and his entire life would be ruined. Do you think they would believe that the small woman was abusing this guy who is bigger and stronger? The daughter loves her father and wants to be with him over her child, and got caught. She has assaulted the father many times while holding their daughter and while driving. If he didn't record this, he would be in jail. He would be charged with domestic abuse and child endangerment. I reached out to him because I want to help. This happens to thousands of men. Only they didn't record it.
The father. If he did not record this man's life.
He never laid a finger on her, but that is the story she will tell. If you're being abused, record. And that's something I had to learn back in 2012, man. I got into, some BS, and, I should have recorded everything, man. I got locked up. That's one of those testimonies, man. But this stuff is crazy, man. I'm gonna read. Let's continue this video.
Yeah, y'all saw that, didn't y'all? That's all I do. All you do is steal from the person taking care of your child. Daddy will buy you a new one with the money that mama stole. I know it. See what you did to your child? No, you stole. You see what you're doing to your child? You hit me after I caught you stealing. Yep. Stop doing that. Kill that fucking child. Let go of my child. You just hit Jordan. You just hit Jordan. You just hit Jordan. I got a fucking video. I can't see no video. You hit Jordan, bro. Go check it. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Got my daughter in the backseat. While I'm driving, she want to keep hopping on me. Cars passing in traffic. Could hit them. Could have hit cars passing in traffic. She don't give a fuck about my daughter's life. You don't give a fuck about my daughter's life. Because you don't give a fuck about yours. Because you don't give a fuck about your life. You don't give a fuck about my daughter. Gotta keep it on video. Got my daughter in the backseat with her.
It's crazy, ain't it?
Trigger warning. The videos.
There's more.
Violence brings me so much.
And this right here is an Eve that guess she's fighting. She's a fighter, you know, and she talking that shit. And this is just the irony of our sisters. This clip right here is pride go before fall. Matter of fact, let me get that. Devil was at work, man. Cause these sisters out here, these wicked ass demonic women out here. Eve, the Western women, Eve, man, they got a lot of pride, and that pride is just a telltale sign that they're gonna fall soon. All right. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before fall. And here's an example of that. And this example is a prime example of our modern day women. BBL and all that shit. Check it out. Bitch talking about our ancestors flexing and all this crap. Look at her. Boom. She ain't even pinched the bitch, you know? It's crazy. And this right here, because this truth has been going out for decades. This truth is really the birth of manosphere. This truth is the birth of all the, you know, this truth is, you know, the Bible is the in order book, you know, to get the men in line. to do what they're supposed to do and what's righteously required, and the women in line to do it. And when you don't listen, then you'll find yourself in pure destruction, and that's what these women see right now. A lot of women are feeling the destruction, but it's by their choice. They chose to be wicked. They chose to be in a wicked ass state. They chose to be enemies of their own people. They chose Esau's philosophy, like Eve in the garden. All right, check it out. And I'd like to say fair use, fair use. But, and then, if anybody don't know who, our women have, I guess they're in colleges and shit like that. And, Esau has put them in offices and put them in all on TV to fight for Esau. Esau's lapdog, right? I don't know if the people, for educational purposes and for the sheep's knowledge, Jasmine Crockett, Esau has been using her as a mouthpiece of destruction, and she's one of those type that, the beloved brother Kevin Samuels was talking about that went straight for her career, got an attitude and all that shit, and can't even find a man. How a woman so much like her can't, in her mind she's talking about she's going to be single for life because she can't keep a man. Her attitude and her masculine ass vibe and shit like that, is it just ain't what it is. All right, but you listen to this brother, educational purposes, fair use, and she has the same mindset as all these bitches. Check it out.
I told y'all. Look, I told y'all she was gonna be single because she's experiencing the same thing a lot of black women experience.
Hold on, dude.
It's gonna be a cold day in hell before women admit that if they had actually listened to people that told them not to do certain things, the outcome would have been totally different. A lot of women are living in the results of their own actions, and they don't like it.
Yeah, I didn't realize the sound wasn't on.
Violence brings me so much peace. And if you're saying you probably can't understand that statement. If you think you're about to just beat on me, baby, on behalf of my ancestors, you got me fucked up.
You see, she talking about her ancestors. And that's what a lot of these bitches talk about, their ancestors and pride and shit like that. Well, your ancestors got your ass knocked out. She didn't get a pinch in.
Violence brings
All right.
Nice.
Trigger warning.
Jasmine Crockett said she gonna be
All right, back to it. I just didn't have the sound on. I had just noticed, Salakia. But check it out.
single for life, y'all. I told y'all. Look, I told y'all she was gonna be single because she's experiencing the same thing a lot of black women experience. Our women just are hard to marry. I'm saying this as somebody married to a black woman, so don't be trying to take me serious as a black wife. Right? I've dated black women my whole life. And they're just like Jasmine Crockett. That's why a lot of black women like her, right? Because they're dominant. They're completely a lot of them are just ghetto, right? A lot of them can't be just no class, and that's Jasmine Crockett. They are very disrespectful, just out of control. What man could date her? She'll be talking crazy to the man, disrespecting the man completely. So yeah, she's gonna be single for life. That's why a majority of black women are gonna find themselves single and not married. And it's the truth. And there are a lot of great, beautiful black women out there that are marriage material, but there are most of them that aren't.
And that's Jasmine Crockett right there. She's amongst a lot of Edomites and stuff like that, and haughty spirit. And guess what? She's a reflection of a majority of these wicked ass, demonic ass bitches out here. Eve, the Western world of these women, which are going to be destroyed soon, right? And one more thing about a lot of these women, especially a lot of these Edomite women, man, have been being caught in having sex with the teachers, having sex with their students. And they don't speak on this type of stuff. They'll pull out P. Diddy and all this stuff, R. Kelly, but they don't speak on the epidemic of white women having sex with their children's students. All right, and then we think about like Alexander the Great, how he used to have relations with little boys and on pedophilia, all that stuff, but we forget about the Shedamite, that also has that same DNA and also was doing that too in those times and still doing it. Okay, and they can't help themselves. They also deal with their animals. They also have sex with their animals. I have clips of a woman who was having sex with her chihuahua. Not actually the actual clip of her doing it, but of her being arrested and prosecuted. This is what they do. This is their mindset. This is how they were made. They're wicked, and they all are pedophiles. Majority of them. All right. And this is one of many of these Edomite women that have got caught having sex with their elementary schools or middle school students. All right, sick, vile. Continue. Every day, some story about some teacher, usually female, comes out about abusing a boy. Then sex, and this is true, and it's happening, man. It's an epidemic of it. All right, and they're silent about it. They're not speaking on it. And this is the Western culture, sexualized BS. All right, and this is just a sign of a fallen society, the wicked being exposed, the wicked being revealed. All right. And they act like, they have Oscar award winning acting as if, that they don't know what like as if they don't know what the fuck's going on. This bitch knows what's going on. And look at the shirt, Kill Crew. Yep, look at that shirt, Kill Crew, because that's what Esau has done. Because he shedded the blood of the children of Israel, man. Because he pursued blood, blood shall pursue thee. All right, and that's what's going to happen because of all the atrocities and wicked, vile shit they've been doing. Check it out.
On your anniversary coach rabbit. So you going somewhere? Yeah, we're gonna explain everything to you guys.
Excuse me, is my husband coming with?
Yeah, he's taking his phone number down. We're staying down. We're just going to Downers Grove, 10 minutes away.
No, I know, but I really would prefer that my husband's with me.
Of course.
And this right here is a real, actual. We're going to read the caption up top. 1 in 4 women in the U.S. is on mental health medication. This one has a meltdown and gets naked in the airport. All right. That is crazy. And just look at all the women. They barely wear clothes nowadays. They're putting their, that's a sign. If they're not modest, it's a sign of a demonic spirit dealing with them. Mental illness is pretty much plagued with spirits, all right, demons, all right. And this is true. A lot of women are wicked, and they wear that fucking hair weave, that is has witchcraft on it. Many that has all types of chemicals and shit like that. That's just that's altering their behaviors and stuff like that. It's all an attack causing cancer, and it's just pretty fucked up, man. And they just put it on their head. And that's why a majority of our women have them demonic spirits on them, because they are fucked up too. A sign of putting on naked mind, putting cleavage and shit like that is a sign of a mental mental illness, man. A spiritual demonic woman, all right. And this shit is happening a lot more often. They're bugging out, all right. It's really bad, man. It's sad, but it's all judgment. And look at this. This woman sold her daughter's eyes and skin, all right? This is what this woman did. A mother sold her 6-year-old daughter to a fake doctor for $1,010 in exchange for eyes and skin. All right, in exchange. Okay, so see, look at that, man. Wicked. And then when you look at the mother, she has no remorse. All right, You got a precept for you. I'm looking for a precept. I'm wondering if this is it. Hold on. KJV. All right. Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. All right. And that's, these, I'm looking for a precept. Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. All right. So a lot of people are going to be getting judged when they come across these women these last days too. All right. These women are going to be passing out pestilences too. There's a lot of women that have AIDS, giving it out to whoever resentfully. It's a lot of women. It's getting bad out there. And I be telling brothers, man, okay, y'all be moving player and shit. You better wear a condom, because in them days, and when it comes to Jacob's trouble and stuff like that, a brother ain't gonna be able to go to the pharmacy to get no penicillin. Brother ain't gonna be able to go nowhere to get that shit up out of him, or to fight the wicked. What's going on, man. So brother better be careful and use wisdom, man, and not And a lot of these women have took the jizab. A lot of them took that, and they say that is is HIV And that is admitting into people when you lay down with them, all right? This is not a game, man. You know, beware, man. You know, have discipline, all right? For real. Have discipline. There's going to be a lot of temptation. That hour of temptation is coming, and there's going to be a lot of temptation. You know, you better be careful, be aware. Because the Lord is going to allow certain women to come across wicked men, you know. That's just how it's going to be, all right? And these women are wicked. And this woman didn't have any fucking remorse, you know. None whatsoever. This woman, look at her. Watch, watch. Hold on.
For $1,100 as a way to get her eyes and skin.
This woman right here is the woman who did it. Look at her, smiling. She's wicked. Look at that police officer looking at her like, this bitch is wicked. This is a wicked bitch, man. Evil. Pure evil. Check it out.
A mother sold her 6-year-old daughter to
6-year-old Jocelyn Smith, targeted for her light eyes and skin, remains missing after her disappearance in South Africa. You know, her mother faces charges in a disturbing claim of human trafficking and kidnapping. All right? This is real. And guess what? It looks like she might be a Edomite, or it might be a Jake. Ain't no telling. You never know, man. There's some wicked shit going on, man. Check it out, though.
a hospital for $1,100 as a way to get her eyes and skin. Jocelyn Smith waited more than 6 hours after she first noticed her 6-year-old daughter, Jocelyn Smith, missing on February 19 before calling police. Police said a piece of the child's clothing was found near the cabin and shed where Jocelyn lives. The clothing has been sent to a lab for testing. Community members involved in the search leaked that the clothing was stained with a red liquid, and a knife was also found. Police said she appeared calm during the frantic search and seemed more concerned about the whereabouts of her boyfriend than the missing child. A local pastor testified in court that he heard Smith talking about selling her child for 20,000 rand, the equivalent of $1,100, although she preferred to accept the lower figure of $275, and another witness said she saw Smith putting some of her clothes into a black bag before she went to meet a woman believed to be a doctor. Jocelyn has still not been found, and police have not provided any new details about the discovery. Ms. Smith has now been arrested and charged along with her boyfriend, Jacques Annapolis, and their friend, Stephen Overeem. All three have pleaded not guilty to their respective charges and are currently on trial in South Africa.
It's wicked, man. And this the whole world. This is not just Babylon. In Babylon, everybody's been drunk off Babylon. Everybody's influenced off Babylon. Babylon is a fucking cancer. And this woman is going to break down it's pretty much the Willie Lynch letter. She didn't say nothing about it, but she's talking about how the black women became the plants in the urban community to destroy their community, in communities to go against black men. All right, and that's in the Willie Lynch. But let's go to that Micah 10:7, I believe. She that is mine enemy. All right, this is the sign that our women have become lapdogs for Esau, and they've become enemies to their own. Micah chapter 7 verse 10, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. All right, so it's really fucked up, man. It's bad. It's real bad, guys. All right, it's real bad, man. And it's the curses, man. You know. And this is a precept of a lot of women are maintaining their husbands and men. This is how they're doing it. Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 22. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. You know, a lot of men are dealing in households when a woman is being a pure demon. All right. And destroying, taking the kids away from the man and destroying the kids. All right, that's why you have a lot of these kids out here fucking fucked up, man. Real bad, man. You know, because of that woman that plucked her household down. All right, you know. It's Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1. Every wise woman buildeth her house. All right, and that's not many wise women out there, but a foolish woman plucketh it down with her hands, you know. And that's what a lot of women are doing, man. You know, a lot of women plucking their house down, just fucking things up, man, and they have no remorse. Check it out. Hold on. Salaki, I gotta put the sound back on. All right.
I'm just gonna leave this message here. It's up to you to believe it or not. I'm just gonna write this message here. Y'all gonna learn one day. Ding, 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 ding. Look, you made disagree or agree. Your choice. There is a comment section where you can drop your opinion in. That's all I'm saying. Don't get mad though.
People starting to see it. At first, people weren't trying to see shit, man. And then they're creating these kids, man. They're creating monsters, man. They're creating kids that are being raised as sodomites and putting on, you know. Look, in the scriptures it says a woman shouldn't put on a man's garment, a man shouldn't put on a woman's garment. And you see this clip right here. You know, this man is in a men's bathroom, and we see that he thinks he sees a little girl walk past him in the bathroom, but it's really a little boy in girl's clothes. You know, it's pure madness, man. Vexation. Check it out.
Yeah, I am, but I just dress up like a girl.
For real.
Yeah, I am, but I just dress up like a girl.
And a lot of these Edomites are adopting Jake kids and putting them in a, you know, they put a lot. They're adopting Jake kids and making them like young girls and shit, man.
I don't know why niggas trying to play with me. I ain't gonna lie, finally.
You know, they're doing this shit to these kids, man. Raising up monsters, raising up raising up these youngins which they have demons on them, man. You know. Second Esdras chapter 5 verse 8, there shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. And it's talking about, I mean, that goes into, you know, these deformed kids that they got going on because of the foods these women are eating and the drugs they're doing and then the autism and all this stuff. And these fucked up kids that's out here fucking killing and fucking that shit. All right? and these kids that are just full of demons, man. You know, that I guarantee you, man, that kid that walked in that bathroom would be a potential pedophile, man. Growing up, touching on, he's probably already doing wicked shit behind the scenes with other people's kids, and that shit happens, man. It's wicked, man. It's wicked, But hope that was edifying. It's the end of the lesson. It wasn't gonna be long. With that, I'm gonna give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Wakaha Kodash. Double honors into the elders and apostles. Oh, matter of fact, no, Salakia. I did have one more. Salakia, I have one more video, which is, a finale, a grand finale. I posted this in the group. All right. This here is disturbing. This video here is disturbing, man. It's more disturbing videos, man.
And Devin goes outside. She and her husband, Devin, get into an argument in their house. And Devin goes outside, allegedly to calm down. But while he's in the process of calming down, he throws a cinder block onto her vehicle. Well, that makes her mad. Did I mention to you that when Devin went outside, he took his 16-month-old son? Well, actually, their 16-month-old son outside. Well, when the cinder block went onto the car, it made Aaliyah even madder. So she got into the car, and she lunged forward in the car like she was going to run over him. Now, he's holding the 16-month-old baby. Well, she said, I guess he didn't get out of the way, so she lunged again and ran over Devin and her 16-month-old baby. Did you hear what I said? She ran over her boyfriend and their baby. Like bump, 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 run over, okay? Then she runs the car into a neighbor's house, which is supposed to be some kind of relative. She leaves with the baby she's injured. Devin is on his way to the hospital, calls her and says, you've got to take the baby to the hospital. She said, no, I'm going to leave him in the house. So she drives back to the house and puts the child in the house by himself. And then she takes off again. Devin goes back to the house, picks the baby up, and they both go to the hospital. Listen to me. The baby is in critical condition this morning. In the hospital in Tampa. And after she runs over her baby, after she leaves with him, she brings him back to the house and leaves him alone and him in critical condition at 16 months old. And then she takes off again. So obviously, we're not impressed with her conduct. She's clearly violated all kinds of laws of the state of Florida. So we tracked her down in Orlando at her sister's. Our colleagues from the Orange County Sheriff's Office helped us. She and her husband, Devin, get into an argument.
Pure madness, man. That's pure madness, man. Pure madness, man. And this is 1 in 4 women in the U.S. is on mental health medication. This one has a meltdown and gets naked in the airport. These women can't. It's finna get even worse. All right. And look at you seen that. What you just seen. A woman had that blonde hair. Looked like that. Yeah, it's just a bunch of shit going on, man. Leaving the kid like that. Cruel to a young one. Let's get that one. Job chapter 39, verse 16. She is hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear. And that's what you see. That her child was in critical condition. First of all, she ran over the man and the child with no remorse, pure evil, man. You know, her labor is in vain without fear. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. NLT. She is harsh. Job 39 and 16. NLT. She is harsh towards her young as if they were not her own. She doesn't care if they die. Oh my gosh. That woman did not care if her kid died. She didn't even care about taking the child to the hospital, man. You know, she could put that child that's in critical condition, 6 months old, man, and put him in the damn house alone. You can't tell me these scriptures ain't lying, man. You can't tell me these scriptures ain't speaking the truth. This is real here, man. It's getting bad out here. It says it, the scriptures say, because, let me get it. Let's get it. Matthew chapter 24, verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, you know? And that's that coldness that a lot of people are starting to feel and get and act cold. It's fucked up. That's why a lot of people are getting killed, man. You know? It's getting bad out here, man. That's why you're supposed to it's time to repent. High time to wake up out of sleep, all right? It's time to quit bullshitting. It's time to stay diligent, you know, because things ain't. This shit is on. But with that, hope this was edifying to the elect. It's your brother Yaquah from Champaign Great Millstone, Champaign, Illinois. First of all, I'd like to give our praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kahakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Till next time, Shalom.